Hello, my name is Ryan.
Come at Doreen.
My name is Nathalia.
Catherine here.
And we are from Papa Studio.
Yeah.
Coming back again with you. Another topic. Another good topic.
Yo.
Yeah, tangan sikit. Today we're going to talk about perspective. Perception.
Perception.
It's perception.
Perception.
Today we're going to talk about perception.
What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you talk about perception?
Yeah. I would say like perceptions. You must be flexible. Okay. And then, what do you guys think about this perceptions title itself?
I mean, for those people out there who do not know what perception means, it's something that you can see, you can hear, and it becomes and it helps you to be aware of something, your surroundings, your sense of humor.
Yeah.
Things like this. And other than that, it could be a perception towards someone
Yeah.
or something.
Exactly.
It cannot just be one thing or one person, but it could be anything that comes in your mind. Yeah. How about you, Doreen?
Yeah, perception is we can see perceptions towards someone. Like when you look at the person, right? Yeah, you will have a perceptions of that
Actually,
person.
I feel the mood in Europe.
Well, good lord.
Well, we need to have that mood.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so perception. We can look at we can look perceptions towards someone.
Right.
When we look that person, we in our mind akan ada perception about her or him. Okay, right? Is that Ryan?
Correct.
Betul. Her or him. Her or him lah.
Okay.
I mean, each and every one of us, we are born differently, uniquely, I'd say. And the way we see stuff, the way we, get information from outside is different, which leads to us, see things differently.
Different point of view.
Yeah. I could say 1 + 1 2. How about you?
22.
Someone could say 22. Someone could say
2 + 2 is 4.
quick maths. Boom.
So it kind of like depends on how this person portray themselves in front of you.
Right.
Like for myself, if I will display this, I mean I will show this to Ryan in this way. So his perceptions
Perception.
over what I'm showing is different. So what I'm showing to Nat is like another thing. So you can't really like judge based on what each of them like
Right.
giving you what's the result of their perspective
Correct.
or seeing things. You know, it's really have to be like you have to get all the informations. You know, you have to come out like you get the information, then only you come with the conclusions.
Right.
You know, you can come out with something like immediately what you think about it.
Right.
I understand that what people show to you is how they want you to see, but
Right.
you have to change and treat your mind and also to train your mind. Yeah, based on our topic 5, right? You have to train your mind to see how you want your mind to see things.
Right.
How you want to make it a change.
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
switch it to something that is like another new things. You
Right.
have to train it. Yeah.
I like it when she talks about being flexible, right? A lot of people can't change their mind or can't change their perception, so it becomes like, oh, I'm looking at the number 9. No, I'm looking at the number 6.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's actually bottom up. No, it's
Yeah.
bottom down. You know, which come first, the chicken or the egg? You know, all these things comes to your mind, and you're like, oh, I think my point of view is better. No, I think my point of view is
Yeah,
better.
correct.
But little do they know, both make sense. Both look similar.
Correct.
You know, things like that. And if you're not willing to open up to these things, at the end of the day, you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From that 6 to 9, right, top and bottom, right, you look it differently. But when you come to the left and the right side, right, you can see it as E. You know, E number. You know, it's like
Yeah.
6 and 9. So
Right.
it's kind of like another words there. So it's not everyone. It's not what you think is correct. It's not what you see is the right thing.
Right.
It's not. It's always you are right. You are correct. It's not it's not always that. The advantage of this perspective, right? When you're able to hear people share about the perspective, right, you get the advantage of like to change your mind,
Yeah.
to change your mindset about that, and then only you come out with your another advantage of improvement
Right.
perspective,
Right.
the perceptions of what you have thoughts about.
Yeah.
Doreen, you're a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Like you have like students who are like gonna ask you different questions and they have different point of view. Do you ever come across anything like that, like a different mindset or different thoughts? Or like, but you're a teacher, you're like you know the answer, but your kids give you like, no teacher, no it's two, no it's four, no it's two, you know that kind of thing.
It's 4.
Just like I agree with Kat. I mean, when the student, but not the student lah.
Okay,
I
not
mean,
the student.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree
Thank
with
God I'm
Kat.
still student.
I agree with Kat with about the flexible things macam we can change our mindset when
Okay.
people cerita pasal orang lain lah. So our perceptions, I mean, my perceptions toward Ryan is different.
Right.
While your perceptions about Ryan is different kan. Tapi when you talk to me about Ryan, benda lain, so
Right.
our mindset will change.
Right, we have a different point of view.
Yeah, point of view. So back
Why
to
me?
Oh no, right.
So, but back to your question just now about the student. Yes, it's very hard for me to explain with the kids. Bila lagi-lagi bila kecil-kecil ni yang suka melawan ni.
Oh.
Like, kalau yang melawan kecil-kecil ni memang susah. Kalau yang besar-besar tu kita boleh biarkan. Tak ada. Yang kecil-kecil ni it's very hard for us to explain with them because their brain is like they want more, you know. They want more, like
They
kenapa
love to explore,
yeah,
the
explore
reason
more.
why, right?
Kalau dunia kita bulat,
They ask.
they ask why. Then I cannot answer that.
Right.
I mean,
Teacher,
I
teacher,
can.
It's flat, teacher. It's flat. The earth is flat. No, it's round. No, it's flat. So you can't say anything much already.
Yeah, right. And some student they have a very not low macam mana cakap apa?
It's too bad lah.
Yeah, like a very slow.
yeah.
There's a
Alright,
slow
slow
and
learning.
slow learning and
Slow
some is
learner
very
lah.
yeah. Ada yang
I'm a slow
cepat.
learner too. Just
Yeah,
saying.
but some of them is can catch it, but
Right.
it's kind of slow. So our perceptions toward them, we need to make ourselves flexible lah.
Right.
Kita tak boleh macam you know, like you said, you know the answer but you keep asking me the answer, right?
Yeah.
So kalau macam tu kita perlu slow down lah
Right. You have
ourselves.
to be patient.
Yeah,
as
be
well,
patient. Kalau macam Ryan, kalau dekat kerja pun saya rasa
Yeah. Right, definitely,
Yeah.
right, Ryan. At work, right, your customers say, I want kopi o. Oh, you mean espresso? No, I want kopi o. Espresso?
I mean, in my if we talk about my workplace, I'm a barista.
Yo.
Saya minum kopi hari-hari lah. So dealing with everyday customers coming in, different person as well. So each and every one of them ada different point of view, perspective. Perspective kah?
Yeah.
Perspective.
Perception and
Perception.
Both ways work.
So so some will like we can see that some are well exposed to this. They are used to it. Datang order benda yang they already know what they want.
Yeah.
And some
Very
they will be like kenapa ini sama dengan ini, and you can see that benda ni macam sekarang nama dia kan I'd say Americano.
Right.
What is Americano? Dia basically kopi hitam je.
yeah.
Dan
Coffee
bahasa
bags.
kita panggil dia kopi O.
Coffee
Yeah.
bags.
So some will get like, tapi ini kan kopi O. And then they said, yeah, itu kopi O, tapi kita panggil di sini Americano. And what they see, they will thought like, tapi in terms of price kan sometimes, if you go somewhere else kan, kita panggil ni coffee hipster lah in some terms lah. Basically it's just the same thing.
Yeah.
But the way they see it, okay, this is just kopi O. Is it worth my money?
Yeah.
And then some will see it like this is Americano. Yes, it's black coffee, just black coffee, but the process behind it is this difficult and then blah 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 macam tu. But at the end of the day, it's just it's the same thing.
Right.
It's either you want it or you don't want it.
Yes.
And you can make
Take
it
it
like
or
a
leave it.
betul. And then you can think it this like a contoh ada orang mereka masuk dapur, mereka visit rumah kawan satu ni,
Yeah.
and then they go into the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay, and then kawan dia masak, and mak dia masak, kawan dia tak pernah masak. So mak dia masak, and then these two person kan, person A, person B, maybe person A akan cakap, oh bau dia sedap, dia cakap macam tu saja.
Yeah.
But person B, dia mungkin cakap, oh bau ni reminds me of my grandmother macam tu, you know that kind. But they are just the mom just masak saja. But the way these two accept it and then interpret it outwards, lain-lain.
Right.
Yeah.
This because maybe depends on how they grown up,
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
how's the
exactly.
environment when they are still kids and then they grow up
Yeah.
teenagers and everything. So at the end of the day, it leads to a different perspective on how they see things, how they smell things as well. It may remind you of something, and it may makes you think like this is new.
Just on the spot kind of
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
I like it how you brought up mom cooking, right? We can talk about how old people have different perspective as well.
Yeah.
You know, we have different eras. We
Yeah.
talked about this before as well. We have different eras. Maybe in their era they wake up early, they sleep early, things like this. And now we have the era where kids wake up late, wake up late, sleep late. And I think everybody has a different perception toward this, you know. Like people think it's unhealthy, people think it's not good for your health and body system. But how do we explain this to our parents? How do we explain this to older people? Because older people will definitely have different perception,
Yeah.
different point of view. They're gonna tell you that back in those days, you know,
Yeah.
back in dulu nenek atuk dulu tak ada ni handphone, tak ada ni laptop, ni macam mana mau tekan, you know. So there's a lot of these things you have to explain to the older generation,
Yeah.
and we can say there's Gen Z and Boomer, right?
Yeah.
So Gen Z have to explain to Boomer how to use a handphone, and Boomer have to explain to Gen Z this is how you open a kelapa. Things like that.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
That's so true. Yeah. So referring to Ned saying right about because these people right, for us right, for me personally, like I'm more productive at night. You know, I get all
Right.
those ideas at night.
Right.
I get those all those like suddenly came out from these things, you know, those ideas are
Right.
at night. But for them, right, they feel like it's coming, they're more productive during day's time.
Yeah.
So it's really about how you know your body, how you know how it works. You know, even sometimes like people just in the toilet, you know, while
Possible.
you know,
Possible
So-
while you're doing a thing.
yeah, while you're doing
Number
your thing,
two.
right? So at times like you like get those ideas. It really depends on how this person is if as long that it is come in a very productive way and helping them in any way possible
Right.
lah. And then one more thing that I feel like it's very important for us to know is that regardless how much people telling you about this and that, right, you have to come up with your own conclusion. You don't follow people's perspective. You don't follow Ryan's, oh, this is what Ryan's saying, then I have to follow. You have to come up with your own pemikiran, keputusan persendirian lah.
Right.
I don't know how to say that.
Dah macam company.
Sembilan baht.
No, what is that?
your own
Pendirian
benda tetap.
pendirian, your own pendirian lah. So macam Doreen kan then they all come up with their own sharing perspective, right? But you have to have your own pendirian lah. You have to come to your own result, like what you see and what you have digest it,
Right.
what you have come to a circle in that way, what you have processed it out, right? Then that is what you decide to do.
Right.
You don't follow people. You do what you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Stand firm in what you believe. Stand
Correct.
firm in what you learn. Definitely, it all comes back to being flexible.
Correct.
It comes back to wanting to learn more.
Yeah.
Right? You know, there's no saying like, oh, the older generation know more or the younger generation know more. No.
Yeah.
So basically, we have to remind ourselves that we are constantly learning each day.
Yeah.
Right? We're constantly adapting to the world.
Yeah.
You know, the older generation might adapt to the previous history
Correct.
book,
Yeah,
you know, all those things that you never learned before. This is why people say, hey, this is why we learn sejarah, you know, or things like this lah, you know. And that's why we have to remind ourselves that older people are learning from us, we are learning from the older people.
Correct.
You know, we are able to digest and also give out what we learn as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for example, right, you go to Europe lah, okay. Takkan you menjal nak madah. Ya kopi sudah ni faham kopi mesti sudah pada Americano. Correct or not? So
Yeah.
it's really about you don't bring your perspective that things like into that area lah. You
Right.
menjal
Culture,
madah, that culture lah. Menjal madah. Ya kopi you know. But then you are in Europe, you know. Can you imagine they definitely like don't
The
understand.
waitress would be like,
Mm.
Miss, could you explain it one more time?
You know, so they feel like, hello, you have to be flexible lah, okay? You have to
Right.
keep on changing, updating yourself, like
Right.
don't stop learning. Learning is important. Every day is learning. The
It
process you get is like learning.
It reminds me of a story where my grandma was on a plane. I think it was her first plane ride, right?
Yeah.
You know, being grandmas, they don't really like to travel, right? So that was her first plane ride. So basically, on the air hostess, there's always asking, you want coffee or tea? Right? You want coffee or tea? Or you want chicken rice or you want this? And when my grandma, of course, not knowing how to reply,
Yeah.
she said, so, you say coffee or? And I was like, what you want? What you want? Aku kan kopi I was like, okay. She wants coffee, thank you. And the S is like laughing to her side, like, okay, understand that, understand, you know.
But sometimes you can't blame this.
No,
Maybe
of course
sometimes
not.
Yeah.
they're right
Of
or
course
not,
not,
right?
yeah.
Because they have a very. It depends. Like if we can't able to help, then we just like reach out and help at the first place. It's so funny, grandma.
Just
I
like
mean, yeah.
Nat said, right, about the how we explain our perceptions to what our old generation like that kan.
Yeah.
It's about fact, you know.
Yeah.
Benda yang betul-betul, if we're really sure about that, then we have to tell them.
Right.
Yeah.
We can contoh lah, biasa lah, dak tua.
Boomers.
About WhatsApp ya, semua percaya. Facebook ya, semua percaya.
Right, yeah.
And then we have to explain one by one that
Not
this
everything.
is like this is not. Can you read it properly? Like this is not from the KKM or from the Facebook. It's just like
Carry on.
You know, it's not even like sahih.
yeah.
This is why people bring up like, hey, do not spread on cerita palsu, don't spread on
Yeah.
fake news, because our parents will be involved.
Yeah,
Our
I
parents
don't
will be
care
like,
about
They
that.
get all
Paranoid.
all those nerves,
They
you
get
know,
so
like suddenly
paranoid.
like just like it's not even like from this news, it's not even from this. Then they just like.
Then
hey,
just
don't drink that
forward.
water. Hey, don't drink that honey. Hey, don't drink that drink. Oh,
But then also we could drink those honey, you know. It's so funny.
so yeah, like guys, remember, I mean, we're not only just remembering the older generation lah, you know. We have to remind ourselves to not be quick to judge.
Yeah.
Do not be quick to overthink.
Yes.
Do not be quick to let your mind speak too fast. You know, like your mind can do so
Yeah,
many
yeah,
things,
yeah.
but you tulis or you write like, whatever.
I mean,
you know.
I think referring to that, right? I think I want to add in like you have I would say like react slower.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
react slower, but then think faster.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think faster for you to digest everything
Right.
immediately, but then you don't react too fast.
Yeah.
You have to come. You accept those, and then you come with your own conclusion first, and then only you react to it.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah. So and then after that, I felt like, I think perspective is really can bring life changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, life changing of how you want to adapt to it, how you want to accept it, and how you want to portray it.
Coming back to Kat, she said it was life changing, and I believe it's true, because remember, each individuals are different. We are unique, so we can adapt to them, and we can always learn from them as well. You know, different people, they have different stories, different background. So instead of you judging them, you know, you can always learn.
Make room to learn.
Yes,
Yeah.
and if it's good, then we can take it.
And never stop.
Kalau dia keruh, jangan kasih filter juga.
Filter.
So moving on from forward, this is for us and this is for you as well.
Right.
So You know, like things that we see, that we hear as well. It may sound different to you. It may sound different to the other persons, but it's the same thing. Like 4 plus no 2 plus 2 is 4, but 3 plus 1 is also 4.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
You're right.
And then you argue like, no, 2 plus 2, and then the other one was 3 plus 1, so it's crap apa, you know, that kind of thing.
2 times 2 is also 4, so it's like
3 times
it comes
1.
like a lot of ways lah in a way to come to this result. Yeah, so you don't have to be so stick to that things lah. Yeah.
Don't go hard on yourself.
Yeah,
Relax.
don't go hard on yourself. Like give space for yourself. Give chance for yourself to train your brain, to train your mind.
Sometimes we cannot deal with people who have a very strong
Exactly.
perception. Like, oh my god, can you just listen to me?
Yeah, even if you don't like it, right? You
Yeah.
have to acknowledge people's feeling. You have to acknowledge people's mind. You have to acknowledge it. That's the point of like you becoming friends.
Yeah.
If let's say if you are the only correct one, right, then you leave yourself lah.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you have a lot of like humans lah, like your friends, your family around. You acknowledge what they feel. You acknowledge their heart. You acknowledge their words lah. This kind of things lah. Then baru you come with your own decision.
Yeah.
Because at the end of it, it's about your choice. At the end of it, it's about how you conclude it.
Yeah.
Jadi konklusinya
The conclusion is in your hand lah. Whether it's up to you what to decide. You have everything that is in your hand already, right? Then you make a wise decision. So that's the end of our topic 6, and I hope that with the sharing that we are sharing today could inspire you and motivate you in your life, and it could actually like giving you another hope, hopefully, you know. So reach out to us because we want to listen to you, and
We wanna hear your story, guys.
we want to hear your story, and we want to care about you.
We want to be a lending shoulder.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so much, and see you at the next episode.
See you
Yeah,
soon.
bye.